Geri Bynre is on the line with us, and Geri is a member of is that Modoc County? How do you say that, Geri?
It's Modoc.
Okay, the Modoc County Board of Supervisors in the state of California. The website is co.modoc.ca.us. And Geri, tell us what you guys are up to.
Well, we recently voted a petition to withdraw from the state of California following Secede County doing that first. And this is basically what the county is, the county government, that's our only role in this, is to vote this petition in, and then it'll be up to the people to make it happen if they so choose.
So, are you Canadian by any chance?
No.
Oh, okay. The way you said about,
Californian.
Yeah, the way you said about, I thought. In any case, so I have long suggested that it's crazy that Vermont and Oklahoma have 2 senators each, and they have roughly 500,000 people, and California has what 27 million people, something like that, some mind-boggling number of people.
Yeah.
And they have 2 senators. Yeah.
Yes.
And in fact, I think that frankly, America would be have a much better representation in Congress if California was split into 3 states at least, and possibly 4. Texas was split into 2. Florida was split into 2. New York State, New York City separated. Just that simple thing would produce a Senate that was more representative of the United States. It probably wouldn't change the House of Representatives all that much, and it would give more local control to people in those individual states. What's the motivation in your county for wanting to create this new county, this new state that you want to call Jefferson?
Okay. Well, this is it's really not a liberal conservative thing. It's not a Republican Democrat thing. It's about self-representation of the people who have none currently. Our voices are not heard whatsoever in the state of California, and the people on the Oregon side of the border have the same problem with Salem. So. It's like you said, it's a very large state, and we have, for instance, Los Angeles has 25 plus representatives, while the northern third of California only has 4. So it's about a lack of representation. And
a pretty straightforward thing. I guess I've said my piece on this. In order to create a state, in order for a county or a series of counties, a region to separate itself from a state, is it a majority or a supermajority in California of the state assembly and the state senate to agree with you?
It's just a majority, and It doesn't have to be signed by the governor. A majority of the state legislature, and then a majority of the House and the Senate at the national
at the federal level. What do you are you getting any feedback from anybody? What do you think the chances of this are?
Well, I mean, this is a huge uphill battle, of course, because, like you say, California now has 2 U.S. senators. And do the people at the other states really want to give us more? Because they probably think, they hear too much from California anyhow. But it's something that's been done, like you said, from other states have done this in the past, and it's a legal way to do it through the Constitution. And
what's the history of states that have done this? I'm unfamiliar with it.
Let's see. Maine was separated from Massachusetts in 1820, Vermont from New York in 1791, West Virginia from Virginia in 1863, and Kentucky from Virginia in 1792. So nothing very recent.
Yeah, nothing recent, but certainly the timeline there indicates clearly that doing this would comport well with the intention of the founders. I would think, given that these very Northern California counties are very rural and tend to be politically more conservative/Republican than Democrat/liberal, that the folks in Washington, D.C. would not be so opposed to this. I mean, it seems like the Republicans pretty much are controlling the legislative agenda these days, or at least in the House of Representatives. Have you gotten a good hearing from the Republican Party on this?
No, I mean, we've spoken with our own Congressman Lamalfa, and he, likes the idea of it, of course. But
sure, because I think
the state is the tougher battle because the state.
Yeah, I'm guessing in the Senate they're not going to be all that happy about having suddenly 2 Republican senators, 2 new probably Republican senators in the U.S. Senate.
And that's probably not a given, because I think the population of the 14 counties, or however many counties we're talking about, is like roughly 200,000 registered Republicans and 150,000 registered Democrats, plus independents. So It's not, a huge difference, really.
So it's more representative of a purple state, of a swing district, as it were.
Yeah. And I think the issues are more urban versus rural than they are, like I said, Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal, because it's people don't understand. I don't go down to Los Angeles and tell them how to solve their crime problems, and they probably shouldn't be enacting legislation how to, grow potatoes, raise cattle, that sort of thing, because they don't have any understanding of that either. So
yeah, it makes sense. Well, Geri, will you keep us up to date on how it's going?
Okay, we will. Yeah.
Okay. And where can people learn more about it?
Looking at it right now. Pardon?
Where can people learn more about it?
There's JeffersonDeclaration.net is the website that Mark Baird, who is one of the founders of this movement, has. And you can follow along there with what all the different counties and stuff are doing. Are
there any? Are there? In my idea of California splitting up, it would be San Diego south, Los Angeles south, and San Francisco south, and then you guys in the north, and that would make 4 states, and you would have basically 3 urban hubs. San Diego, L.A., and San Francisco. San Diego is fairly conservative, although the surrounding areas may not be. I'm not sure. So I think that would be another purple district. The L.A. Part, if that became its own state, would L.A. and East would almost certainly be Democratic. The San Francisco and East would almost certainly be Democratic. And what is now California would end up with 8 senators and probably the same number of members of the House of Representatives. That seems like that would be actually possibly an easier lift for the Democrats and Republicans in the U.S. Senate and the U.S. House to handle, given that it would have arguably a net, balancing effect. Have you talked to anybody in any of the other counties to the south about, hey, you guys should do the same thing?
Yeah, well, we're sort of focusing on, our area up here. I know there has been a movement down in the south to start something. I don't think it's actually gone anywhere yet.
Yeah, because there's more people living in Los Angeles than in probably the 6 or 8 smallest states population-wise combined.
Right.
So it just seems like a logical thing. Okay, Geri, thank you very much. And one last question, if you don't mind. Are you in communication? I used to live in Vermont. Louise and I used to live in Vermont, and there's a small secessionist movement there, which is more of a liberal secessionist movement. They're actually talking about seceding from the United States, oddly enough. But have you had any communication with people in other states who are thinking about doing this kind of thing?
I personally have not. No, I know CBS Sunday Morning is doing a show, and it's going to encompass all these movements. And so they're talking to all of them. And well,
that should be fascinating.
We're just focusing on this.
Yeah. Well, Geri Bynre, I wish you well. I'm a big fan, even as a progressive, a big fan of local control, and so we'll see how this shakes out. Geri Bynre, the chair of the Modoc County, California Board of Supervisors. Thanks for being with us.
Okay, thank you so much.
We'll be right back.